Loving YouTube family. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Um, my girls and I are doing the premiere. We want to watch the episode together. We want to watch it with you guys. Girls, do you want to say hello?
Hello, guys. Hello, my loving YouTube family.
So yeah, guys, I'm sorry for the short notice, but I got confused. I misread the information, and I thought this podcast interview that I was featured in was airing tonight at midnight, but no, it aired. It's actually airing now live at 12 o'clock. It's season 3, episode 25. 1 year to live. You guys know I was giving 1 year left to live, and it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey. That was stressful. That was everything. It was insane. But somehow, with the help of my girls, my family, my friends, I managed to stay positive and I managed to stay faithful. And I believed that I could live like past a year. I could stay alive and I could fight and I could get in the kitchen and make my cruciferous vegetables, my celery, my carrots, and do all the different things that I did in my cancer healing journey protocol, right? Because I ended up creating a protocol that I researched and that I followed and did on myself. So let's watch it together. I don't know how far we'll get in this
Yay,
live,
finally.
but yeah, let's get right into it. Isabella says finally. I have 2 people on. Hey, who's on? Put it in the comment section below. Thank you for joining us.
Oh. Oh, I
All right.
comment section.
So, yeah, let's see how much we can watch together, but feel free to watch it on your own as well. I posted the link in my Instagram on the story, in the story section. Um, or for those of you that have my number, it's in my WhatsApp story. Yeah, so on Instagram, just quickly, it's Lerubi Lopez, and you guys can click on the link. Let's go ahead and watch this. Girls ready?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Let's go. I'm so excited.
How are we gonna watch this? It's a mirroring effect. It's like backwards. I feel like it's backwards. Oh, I can change the camera. I can change it.
Yeah, let's do it.
There. Yep.
I'm so excited. It's starting. Almost there. It's on 59 seconds.
The countdown. Let's see. Guys, you guys know that I'm a very positive, energetic person. Like, I'm laughing and smiling right now, but when I saw the reel to this episode, my eyes teared up. I didn't want the girls to see, but yeah, it's very emotional and it's very personal. And I'm excited to share, like, this interview with you guys. It's a good amount of time where I just flow and talk about what happened. 20 seconds. Let's see this, guys. And how are you guys? Are you guys doing good? Please put it down in the comment section below.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Anybody had their celery juice, their carrot juice?
7, 6,
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting.
Don't kill the messenger is an idiom that means not to blame or harm the person who is delivering bad or unwelcoming news. It's a reminder that the person delivering the message is not responsible for the message itself and should not be punished for it.
How you guys doing? Welcome back to Conversations Over Chess. The woman that's stopping by the podcast today is, I'm literally in awe. I have a list of notes for this introduction, and just the introduction alone.
I can't wait to hear it.
She does too much stuff. So, first off, before I introduce my host, I want to say be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because helping out this channel is how it grows. So, the person that's dropping by the show to have a conversation owns her own podcast. Be sure to check out Loving Life by Lerubi Lopez on all platforms, especially YouTube. be sure to subscribe. She's also a teacher, an artist, a model, an actress. She's a health connoisseur. She was a finalist for the New York City sauce competition. She deals in the personal development space. She's a cancer survivor. But one of the main important titles that she holds is a mother.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you.
You might have seen her on Citizens commercial back in 2019, or tearing up a karaoke stage singing her lungs out. But tonight, you're watching her on Conversations Over Chess podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Lerubi Lopez. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. How are you?
I cannot complain, won't complain. How's your day going?
It's going amazing. Thank you for that, beautiful introduction. I'm like, how did you find out so many things about me?
I try.
You brought me back. The sauce competition? Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to do my research. But no, to make sure everybody's educated, they're like, how did you find out these things? Are you calling people? No, I do the same thing. I'll link to the camera. I do the same thing. I go on Instagram and just scroll all the way to the bottom.
Wow.
I scroll to the bottom and work my way up because then I can see the chronological order of your life, which you should.
I think the shades are bringing in too much light. I think we gotta close the shades, Isabella.
I'll close them.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go a lot of different places in this interview. First off, I always
Hello,
wanna start off
Yasmin.
by
I
saying
appreciate
that
that.
because
Thank
I'm big
you.
on time, and you're giving me this 45 minutes to an hour that you would never give
Yeah.
me in life. So I just want to always give my grace and say thank you for giving me your time. All right?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, that's better, Isabella, on the other one. I wanted to make sure that I can share with the world
Yes.
so that people that need help and don't see a way at all to
Yes.
make it through, they can see
And the other one too.
that there is a way and the grass will be greener on the other
Definitely.
side.
And that's what this platform is for. It's an each one teach one, right? And I want an
Can you see there,
individual audience
sweetheart? You need to
remember
come
walk
closer,
away from
babe.
here that might be going through cancer right now, that might be dealing with X, Y, and Z, that might have daughters that are just running wild and going crazy, to learn from you what you did right or what you might have did wrong. Out of all the titles that I've named off and all the things that
Oh
you
my
did,
God.
it's multifaceted. What is one of the ones that is most
I don't
important?
know. Wow.
It would have to be being a mom.
Okay.
Being a mom.
I don't know why
would
it's
say for my
blurry.
personal life. I love my daughters, and obviously having my daughters just grounded me into a new and different direction in my life.
I don't know
when you
why
have
it's
kids,
blurry.
I mean, I don't know if you have kids.
I don't have kids. I'm the uncle of the year,
great.
but I have 8 combined nieces and nephews. And I tell people often that my niece, sorry, she's my favorite, but she's the reason why I inhale and exhale. She was born November 18th of 2009. My mother died December 11th of 2009. So where there was life, there was death for me. But she's the reason why I inhale and exhale. But why are they so most important for you, those little girls, and being a mother?
They're so important for me, like, not even like just the cancer journey, which they were a big help,
Mhm.
but because I always thought like, oh, I can't give up. I have my daughters.
Yes.
But also even before the cancer journey, like my girls have always been
Don't
that
listen to
motivation
negativity.
for me
5
to keep
people
moving
and
forward.
one
Wait,
life.
what's her name?
Even when I felt like down,
Marley.
or like,
Marley,
oh,
don't
am I
say
ever gonna be
that.
an actor? Or like, oh, what am I doing with my life?
Marley, please.
Am
We're
I
just
in the
trying to
right
have.
direction? It was
Yeah.
always
Just
like,
watch our
Lerubi, the
video.
girls are waiting for you.
Yes,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
one thing from not knowing you from a hole in the wall. That's something that I learned from you, is that she might not know this, but hopefully that I can like educate her and just be that eye opener for you. But everything that
stop.
you're doing is directly showing them, mommy can do it, so I can do it too.
Wow.
And I don't know if that's a conscious or some kind of subconscious thing of yours, but literally,
Girls, is that
you're doing
true?
a lot of things, and you've done it all,
What's
right?
true?
But
Yeah?
it
What's true?
shows
I
them
don't
directly
hear
that
Well,
hey,
he
mommy
said
can be an
that-
actress, I can be an actress. Mommy
Right.
can sing on karaoke, I can sing. And to
So you
have 2
guys
little ones,
get
'cause it's a
inspired
little bit different when you have a
from
young
the
boy, but
things
to
that I
have
do?
2 of yourselves coming up
Is
after
that
you,
true?
that makes a difference, because if they can see it, they can be it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I
Now it's time to pay these bills.
Wait.
This episode is brought to you by Legendary Apparel by
Also,
Kimaj the Creator.
Marley,
Don't let
if
the
you
fly
don't like
name
the
or
video,
my
just
fly
get
fit
out of
fool
it.
you. Legendary Apparel is a one-stop shop for all
we gotta
streetwear and
offer some
essentials.
love and kindness
Outside of the
here.
items that
No?
I'm wearing, he also offers bags, sweatsuits, shoes,
Oh.
canvases. You name it, he has it. Also, you're in for a treat if you use the promo code COCP,
Yeah, I
which
try
stands
not
for
to pay
Conversations
attention
Over
to
Chess
that.
Podcast. You'll get free shipping. I repeat,
Thank you
free
guys for
shipping.
joining us.
Also,
Two
be
people
sure to
are
visit
here.
his
We have
website.
3 thumbs
Link
up.
in the description or up on the screen.
Sorry it was
Be
last
sure to
minute.
give
I
him a
hope more of
follow
you
at
guys
the
join.
_creator.
Espérate, bebé. Let me put it again. Sorry.
KREATOR. Forget staying thirsty, my friends. Stay legendary. Legendary Apparel, the presenting sponsor of Conversations Over Chess. Peace. Now back to the podcast.
Melted, like when I was pregnant with Isabella, my first daughter.
Shout out to Isabella.
Shout out.
Mommy doesn't have a favorite. Yeah.
I don't have. You're both are special to me, like so special.
All parents have to say that.
But when I was pregnant with Isabella, I remember like before the pregnancy, I had dropped out of Hunter College because I said, I'm not finishing my last semester. I'm gonna go out in New York City and become the model, become the actor.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to school. And then as I'm in the pregnancy, I'm like, I had this epiphany. I'm like, oh my God, if I don't go to college, I cannot tell this baby to go to college. I'm gonna have to go now.
You have to show
oh my God. So then I went back and I had to finish a semester, but I fell in love with sociology.
Okay.
Because my major was is actually theater.
Hey, okay.
But I fell in love with sociology, so I did an extra year of just sociology classes.
All right.
And that was amazing. And now I can say, yeah, girls, go to college. It's
Definitely.
important. I did it. So, like, you know, to the point that you were saying, I feel that if I can do something, I'm like showing them basically, because I'm their first role model.
Exactly. Who was that role model for you? Because preparing for an interview, I seen that you have a close-knit family. Your father and mother was there for you, and it seems like a very close-knit capacity. Were they your first models, and outside of them, who were role models for you?
Wow, yeah, I think, wow, oh my God, yeah, definitely, like, both my parents, obviously, my mom and my dad, but my mom too, like, I don't want to say more. Oh my God.
It's all right as you cry. I cry on this show all the time. Everybody that watches, they know I cry because it has to be shown, because again, like I told you before we start, I want the raw authenticity of this, because irregardless, they can see my aunt, my cousin, my niece, my nephews, the world can see that there's a 28-year-old black man crying, being vulnerable, and it's okay. Right, that doesn't take away from my masculinity. Doesn't take away that I was a college football. Like,
so young,
it's
right?
Okay, so that's why I always tell people, like, just be yourself. It's all right. If you gotta cry, it's okay to cry.
I don't know. It's just like my mom has always shown me, like, my dad too, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because like she's a woman.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's always like been like.
She's been there. She's just
crawling. Like if she can't walk or run, she's going to crawl. And she's still going to get to the finish line.
And how subconscious was that of you to say, hey, look, I seen a mother who had to go get it out the mud by any means necessary to make sure I was okay? Yeah. I'm doing the same for my girls now. Is it a direct correlation, or was it like, I just know that I had to do that?
Stop. I feel like it's a subconscious, like, direct correlation. Mm-hmm. And then it even goes deeper to, like, my ancestors.
Yes.
That I've never met. Like, it goes deeper to like my mom's mom, and then their mom, and the mom, and the mom, and the mom, and
it's just a trickle down effect.
It trickled down to like, and I had this realization this week, and I was telling a friend over the phone where, I needed to be the one, or I was the chosen one, to show like in my lineage, that if you're not I don't know if this is like the topic of what we're talking about today, but if you're not like happy in a relationship, then you shouldn't just be with a person due to like finances or family, which can be great. It depends what story you're writing, right?
No, for sure.
But for me, I felt like I was the chosen one. Be careful. Stop. I needed to show my family and my ancestors and myself. Don't listen to the negative comments we heard. You still have to feel respected and loved, and because you already give that to yourself.
Of course.
So whoever
Stop with that. It's not nice.
You're with in your life.
I don't like it.
It has to mirror that.
Definitely.
And it's okay to like let go. So
It-
that was
it's-
something that I had to like. I
That's
felt like
something
was
that I
the
talk
only one
about.
for that.
That's something that I talk about all the time. Is that our parents' generation, let's just say 50 and up, right? They didn't understand that there was around the corner a 6'10" LeBron James that was named Billy Earl.
Wow,
They just
that
seen
was
Mr.
deep,
Clarence
guys.
Johnson and fell in love with him
That's
at
what I
13
told
years
you. I
old and
spoke
stayed with
about
him for the
things
rest
that
of
I've
their
never
lives.
put on paper
That's
or
our
spoken
parents'
about
generation.
before.
We have accessibility, swiping right and swiping left, to see that there is a 6'9" French gentleman that does love and care about me, and he's going to go to hell and back for me.
Right.
But the thing about it is that we have that accessibility. Our elder generation did not. And I often question, is that why they stayed? Or is it because they saw that their parents stayed? Or is it because that her mom endured getting beat? Is it because his father endured being there's so many things that I often wonder.
Thank you for joining. Please, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you for joining us. Watching this interview. So personal to me. And clean the house.
Yes.
But then now, in the present time, these modern times,
Maybe
I don't like as women, we were able to go to college.
Yes.
We were able to go get
Don't
a
listen
job
to
in, you know,
Nick.
the work field where you may be able to
Can I listen?
sustain yourself. on your
Exactly.
own.
And I tell people, and I'm going on a quick rant, but I tell gentlemen, these women do not need us. And what I mean by that is that don't ever get it effed up.
No, women.
She's getting higher educated than us. She's got her own bag now. She's self-sufficient, and pretty soon she's gonna learn how to have a baby on her own. So you better do right, man. I'm looking at the camera. You better do right by your queen. Take it from an individual who did not. You better do right by your queen, because somebody else will either do better or she'll go on and do great, wonderful things without you. Rant over.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't know if I wanted to get this personal, but it's sort of like what happened to me. I became a single mom.
And that was going to be a question that I had on this list, so we could jump to that now, only if you're feeling comfortable enough to speak of that. Is that preparing for an interview, I've seen that you were engaged, or at least proposed to, back in 2015.
Yes.
You have 2 children now. I don't know if it's from the same, that doesn't matter. But you are not currently engaged. If you're comfortable, what happened there? Because it's an each one teach one platform to say, run girl, he did X, Y, and Z. So, right? But what happened there? What was your journey of love?
I mean, that's like a very long story, but I'm gonna try to like see what I pick up. Like, oh my god, I fell in love, and
What do you say, daddy?
Now it's time to pay these bills.
Daddy.
Think global, act local. The world is yours offers the coolest men's fashion and accessories and
So there's a quick commercial break, guys. Who's joining me is watching the premiere with me.
Let's see. Okay, there is Scott joining us.
Marley, K4.
No, thank you to Scott. No, thank you to Marley.
Oh.
Mom.
Yeah, we just ignore the negative comments.
Mom, maybe
Huh?
they want to see the commercial.
Ooh, let's show them the commercial. See, thank you for joining, guys. Make sure as you join, you give a thumbs up. Ah,
The commercial got off.
we were together. We had our 2 daughters, but then somewhere along the lines, it didn't work out.
at whose fault? And I mean that in the sense of, did he do something wrong? Did he step out? I stepped out of my relationship, sadly to admit. So is it something in that regard, or is it more of a we just stopped loving each other, which is okay. A lot of people have to understand that. So which was it?
So I don't think that we stopped loving each other. I think it was more like, I saw certain things in his personality that I didn't see before, that I was not okay with.
Yeah.
Like in not the personality and the actions.
Yes.
I guess your personality leads to your actions. So I saw things there that I was not okay with, that I was not willing to tolerate
yes.
and accept. And I thought, wait a minute. If I'm in my 20s right now and I have my daughters, I still have a life. The girls are having a life with me, and they're gonna have a life.
Yes.
What life do I want my life to be like? That was, I'm like, what do I want it to? I'm like, is this what I want?
Yes.
So I'm like, oh my God, I'm the chosen one. It starts with me. If I'm not okay with what's happening,
Oh,
then
that's right.
I don't have to listen to the cultural norm of like, oh, you must stay for the kids. Your life is over. People would tell me, Lerubi, you're pregnant. Your life is over. Why did you do that? Weren't you trying to become a model or actor? Like, you know, they were like, what are you doing? And I just felt like, no, life doesn't have to be over. So I saw that we ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was the right thing to do. And then getting back to the story of like what women can do now.
Yeah.
After that breakup, then that's where
Life took
I'm
off.
sorry to say, but like I don't know why.
She elevated without you. Whoever you are, she elevated. I'm saying it. I'm putting
Brian,
words in her mouth.
this part is
She
funny.
leveled up without you.
I
Simply
can't.
put.
Oh my God.
Mom, you scared me.
Sorry.
Not
in a bad way.
Of course.
I don't know. Like I worked hard. I didn't sleep.
I'll tell you.
I went through a lot. I'm sorry. That was funny. I don't know. I got
You overcame and you persevered. And one thing that I want to touch on is a few things. Is that one? No, shout out to God.
Shout out. I do this by myself.
No, a whole lot of prayer and a whole lot of hard work.
Yes.
One thing I wanted to point out is what you said, is that anytime the characteristic traits, I often tell people, anytime that my words match my actions, me and my girlfriend was good. College sweetheart, we were fine. The moment that those two did not coexist, babe, I wasn't in Philly. I'm in Philly doing the wrong thing, stepping out. Your location shows Philly. I promise you I'm not in Philly. I'm in Philly the whole time. Anytime the actions does not align with his words, those characteristic traits, just run is what she said. Also, and the other thing I want the audience to pick up on, if you guys are taking notes, is that she chose herself and her kids. Irregardless of the norm, irregardless of 100 gazillion years of a Latina woman that came, irregardless of family, mom, pressure, she chose herself and her kids. Hope you're taking notes.
That's actually something that I say. I gave that advice to someone recently. They were like, they were like, everything's going wrong in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much work. I'm having issues with their kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna give you in one sentence the advice that you need to hear. If you're ready for it. I don't want to tell you what to do. They're like, what? I'm like, choose yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. Choose yourself, and God will help you align and find a way.
Yeah.
Because whoever is supposed to be in your life will be.
One thing I wanted to ask too is that, and I apologize for cutting you off, is how hard was it to choose yourself? Because I'm sure that's going to be a question that any audience member. And then talk about those times when you are down and out and it's just you crying and it's just like, I got this, but I chose this. I want to know about those two right there.
It was so hard to choose myself, but I felt inside of me like that fire, that courage to do it. I'm like, I need to choose myself, not just for myself, but for my girls.
Yeah.
And I remember like asking God, like, what am I going to do? Am I doing the right decision? Where? And I actually have a video on my YouTube channel where I share the story of like the revelation that I got from God to leave the relationship.
Okay.
He showed it to me clearly that it was time to go. So once God showed it to me, that's it. Like I gave up and I knew that I gave up on the relationship and I knew that it was time to go. And I'm crying and I'm thinking, I'm like, what do I do? Like, is this the right thing? And one day I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see Tony Robbins.
Oh, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's what Isabella was talking about. She remembers when I
He's
went
one of like my top three.
and did
Les
the
Brown,
seminars.
Obviously E.T., Eric Thomas, and then Tony Robbins. Those three right
I
there.
was in and we stayed for
That'll get you motivated.
Mama got it, right?
I needed it.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't this the man that I've seen on book covers
4 or
across
5.
the street from Hunter College? I'm like, it's him, Tony Robbins. I'm like,
Thank you for
what
joining. I
is
see
this?
7
Oh my
people.
God. I'm going
You
through
can
this
say
difficult moment in my
hello.
life. This
Please
is
give
like-
us a thumbs
because
up.
everyone keeps telling me that my life is over, that I got
Make a
pregnant, that I
comment,
have kids
say
now.
something.
But is it over? I'm like, what if there's people in the
Or
world?
give
My
us a
mind was
like.
closed. This is me. These are my thoughts. I'm like, what if there is people in the world that have kids and they still become successful?
Yeah.
Does that exist? I'm telling you, I was at the lowest to the lowest. I didn't even believe if it was possible to move forward. I'm like, how in the world? Because you know when you have kids, they
Life
take
is
up all the
different.
time. Life is different. Like
Life is
the
different.
breakfast, the lunch, getting them ready for school, signing them up for school. It's just all like
It's
a
a
lot
different
of your
world.
time.
We saw this
What
one.
was that?
It's a different world than
Oh,
that.
that was in the
Your
middle.
life is
Yeah.
gonna be consumed. Where it was all about me once, it no longer wasn't. I'm like, how am I gonna make this work?
And getting a little bit personal with myself, like me being 28, I often think, like, all right, I always tell the fellas in the group chat, 30, I gotta get to have a baby.
You're 28. He's 28. He's so young, right, girls?
I understand the responsibility after
like
being an uncle
the host
for
is
so
so
long.
young.
You have to be selfless, and at the point in time in my life, I'm still selfish.
Like,
I like to just get up and go, hey fellas, I'm going to Toronto to get a podcast. And
Yeah, when you don't have kids, you can get up and go easier, but
that's because
you
it's
still
just
have to
myself.
schedule things,
But I
guys,
have
and make
another
things work.
woman that's on my side I have to be responsible for, and then a child after that. I know that it's a different level of living that I have to have.
10
The
people,
intentionality to
give
take
us
care
the
of those
thumbs
two. So I
up. If you
understand that.
just
And then also
joined,
another
we're
thing,
just
again,
doing
like
a
a little
live
shoot, but I
together,
wanna get really
watching the premiere. It just came out at 12 o'clock. Please join us. Join us and give us a thumbs
Commercial
up.
break, commercial break.
We have a commercial break now.
Let them say the commercial. No, we don't want to.
Yeah, we can have a quick chat during the commercial, guys. This is our viewing live event. I'm sorry, guys. I put in the community section that we were watching this together at midnight, but I got confused. It wasn't midnight. It's actually premiered now
So
at
what did it
12
say about
o'clock.
midnight? What did it say about midnight?
No, I thought it was
Mom.
oh sorry, it just came up, Isabella. I thought it was coming out at midnight. Came out at 12 in the afternoon.
6 kids. And I think she had 5 before the age of 25. She was, both my twin sisters were 16 and pregnant. One stopped at 1 and the other continued on to have 6. And I made a comment.
Thumbs up, guys. If you guys are enjoying watching with us, give us a thumbs up. Let's stay healthy together and learn together.
Tiana, who has 1, has a better, more chances of making it to be doing great, wonderful things. And it's only because I've only seen out in the world that I've only saw a woman that had 1 or 2 children going to get that PhD, not 6. And my aunt was on my ass about that. How dare you, don't you ever disrespect her, And I didn't understand what she was saying that in that moment, but it wasn't until I did a little bit of growing up in soul search and had to come to Jesus moment that I said, I understand what she's saying. Because in a sense, I almost wrote off my own sister. And how dare I? An individual who's her younger brother who's supposed to be her protector, all these things. Exactly. And that's one thing that I had to realize more than anything is the power of the tongue. And yes, they could be doing better, but when I look back at it, I look at it and flip it on its head.
Yes, guys, words
how can I
do
ever say that
have
when she
power
didn't
a
do it
lot.
more? When I was just living and traveling and doing all of this stuff, she had responsibilities that she took care of better than I could ever imagine. So I apologize to you, TT. I love you, TT, and I love you for everything that you've done, and you're a great, wonderful mother, and you're going to do great, wonderful things. So,
I don't like that. Stop, girls.
Wanted to get a little bit deep on that. There's 2 more questions before we pivot into
A family member. I think his sister or...
Let me
One
ask
question that I
about
had written down. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I
Of
don't
course.
remember that.
No, I got the question, so you're good.
So from the Tony Robbins experience, by the way, like I even brought him with me to like one of my first events.
Hey.
So I wanted to save the relationship. I did. I truly did. But even then, that wasn't enough for me.
Yeah.
So I guess we were not meant to like be forever, but we were meant to give birth like, to these girls.
Yeah, and that's what it's really about, is once you give that life to those individuals, right, it's like we have to live for them. Yeah, regardless of our relationship, we can hate each other, but when they come here, we're cordial. And it's for them. It's not for us.
For them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And, you know, like, even, like, looking back, before I got to the Tony Robbins story, like, looking back, I remember the feeling in my heart, like, after, you know, maybe, like, some time of getting over it, I would look back and I'll be like, you know what? I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the individual, for the father of my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for everything he was in my life, when he was in my life. And I would thank him. Like, I would, like, in my mind, words have power, the mind has power. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for who you were. Thank you for my daughters.
Really?
Yeah.
And,
Angelina says I'm gonna cry now as I'm talking about her dad.
We can't be together now.
What?
You're gonna cry.
I thank you for everything you
Yes,
were.
you are.
And I'm so grateful for
No,
what is
guys.
to come. And that was like my mindset.
Definitely.
You know?
Personal question then is, one thing my aunt taught me all the time is that you can love somebody, but sometimes you have to love them from afar. Do you still love the individual?
I would say I have love.
Yeah.
for them, but
You're not in love.
I don't know if I'm in love because
Okay.
we don't have that
Okay. Connection is for
intimate relationship and connection
Okay.
that we once did, but we're always going to be connected
Definitely.
for our daughters,
Makes sense.
even if we're not
In the intimate
in
relationship.
an intimate relationship.
Makes
yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
So when I went to Tony Robbins, okay, I did the whole thing. I did Master University. I did all these classes,
Okay.
all these seminars, and one of them that has forever stood out. I mean, a lot of them did, but oh my God, this moment in particular was when I had to go up a really, really tall pole,
Okay.
like a cable pole.
Lleva
I
eso
don't
para
know
la
what they're
cocina,
called.
termina.
And you have to like climb up, and that.
Oh, that's like light, like the electricity, like how they have the
Yeah.
transformers up there, type of thing.
Yeah, and then it has like these things.
Yeah. Little light poles
Like,
outside.
climb them up, oh my God. And you know when they
I had
told
to
us,
climb
like, oh,
up
yeah,
the
so
pole.
what you guys are
Why?
going
I had to
do
climb
today
it up,
is
guys.
climb
That
up
was
a
scary.
really
Why do you
tall
want to?
cable
Why?
pole.
Why they say?
Okay.
Come, I need
And
to
you're
show
gonna
you
get to the
Listen.
top,
something.
and then you're
Why
gonna
they say
jump.
to do that?
Because
I'll tell you.
you have to leave
I'm
behind
saying it now.
whatever has been holding you back. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, you have to leave it behind. And you guys are gonna be okay, and this is the start of a new beginning for your life. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. I was like, no. I told Chris next to me, I'm like, I'm not climbing it.
Girls, be
I was
respectful.
like, no. Are you the, no, not me. I'm like, you are great, yeah, please. I'm like, I can't. And I went out there. Obviously, someone ended up convincing me.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'm like, I don't even have the strength
How's me
to go
convincing
up.
you?
My body is weak.
Yes.
That was my perception of myself.
Yeah.
I thought my body was like super weak and I had no strength. Meanwhile, I was working out. Like I knew that I needed to keep in movement to get over the breakup of
Yeah.
my life. So I was like
Staying
working
active.
out.
9
Yeah,
people.
I was like working out like daily
13
at this gym like near my mom's
13.
house.
Thank you
I
for
was
joining
doing
us.
small group workouts. I was doing the boxing, the whole
Okay,
thing.
you was in there. You was
Right.
getting
But in my mind, I'm weak.
Oh
I
no.
have no strength. So when I look at that, I'm like, when I look at the pole, I'm like, I won't be able to go up. Maybe I'll be able to go up like 5 steps. And
Yeah.
then that's it. My body won't reach. It just wouldn't. Finally, I get to it. I start climbing, and
Like,
I
this is
couldn't
easy.
believe it. I was like, oh my God, my body is strong. I'm strong. I can go up.
Yeah.
And I
You
started
see,
going
guys,
up,
the perception
and
we have of ourselves.
in
We have
that
to be
journey
careful.
of
We're
getting to
stronger
the
than we
top,
think.
I spoke to God.
Yeah.
I spoke to God. I spoke to the father of my daughters. And I remember I asked him, it was weird. It was like an out of body experience. And I
No,
asked
for
him,
sure.
I said, why did you leave me? I'm like, why did you come into my life if you knew you were going to leave? Like, why did you leave?
Yeah.
And then in that moment, it was like, I got like this, like, I don't know, like this.
It's like a nirvana.
Yeah, like a nirvana. I was high from life.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is what needed to happen. And then I spoke to God and I'm like, God, like, why did this happen to me?
Yeah.
And God just made me understand, like, this is what needed to happen. And I went up, until I got to the top, like to the last reaching thing.
Yeah.
And then the hard part was
The jump.
the jump, getting off of the pole. I'm like, no, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Please, I'm like, please. I'm like, I don't want to get off. How am I going to do this? They were like, Lerubi, but you already made it to the top.
Exactly.
Everyone was telling me, they were all down there. They were like, Lerubi, that's it. And I'm like, but I just can't jump off. And they were like, oh, what is the hold up?
Yeah,
in
what's the
your
restraint?
life? What is the restraint? What is holding you back? Why do you feel like you can get to the top and then not jump off into the success? What is
Yeah.
holding you back? So it was like a metaphor. It was like the most
You were living out the
beautiful
metaphor too.
experience that I ever had.
You had to live it and walk through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then finally, after like everyone was like surrounding me there, like I finally found the courage.
To jump.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it reminds me in correlation to Will Smith's moment where he had to jump off the helicopter across the Grand Canyon.
So scary.
Yeah, tell me about it. But it's just that relief. And one thing that I've been, even on the drive up, I should have tweeted it out so it can actually be a living thing. But I was thinking about how the 3 things I'm afraid of, 2 of them I've overcame. That's snakes. I grew up with snakes. Heights. I went parasailing. I fly all the time. And then death, only because I don't know where I'm going. I made a lot of mistakes. All of that to say is that on the drive up, I kept Now it's time to pay these bills. This episode is brought to you by 10 Toes Clothing Brand, the hottest streetwear from the DC area based on the principle of community, perseverance, and integrity. From the community, for the community. Stand for...
Wow, guys, this is deep. This is very deep. Wow, like to hear it is something else, you know? It was a beautiful moment to do this interview and have this conversation and just flow. And it's great to see it now. It's back.
That's something I kept thinking about the drive up here, the entire drive. I'm like, bro, it doesn't work like that. And I mean that in the metaphorical way, in the literal way, like in everything. Like, you can't be saying, I want to be here, not put in the work, but then be afraid to once you get there to get over the hump. Like, it doesn't work. So I often was thinking, I can't be wanting to be at the top of the mountain and be afraid of heights. So
That's a good one, guys.
Exactly. I think for me, myself, more than anything else, I have survivor's remorse. So for me, more than anything else, it's like, okay, I'm making it, but you can take some, not all with you, right? But it's just more of that. I have to get over that. Like, and I just said it not too long ago, but not everybody can go where I'm going. And that's definitely talk about crying on camera. That was one of the things that I was necessarily like in tears about, because I want to take everybody, but I can't. And what God is showing me, and what I tell my aunt so frequently is like, Auntie, I'm gonna find a woman that cooks. God is showing me you need to go learn how to cook. I want to go do X, Y, and Z. God is showing me you have to. I want to be loved, Auntie. I'm tired of being single at 28. You have to learn how to love yourself. Like, everything that God is showing me, you have to do it yourself. And even in regards of going to the top of the mountain, whatever that means to me.
Hi, Arlene. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're watching the live premiere of when I participated in Conversation Over Chess podcast. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? And please give us a thumbs up. And hello to everyone here. I see 10 people. Please give us a thumbs up.
I don't know if it was like maybe like last week. I was gonna say 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. I had this epiphany in my house, and I'm like, I can't bring the same thing. I was like, I can't bring everyone with me. Like, as much as I want to, I can't be like attached to my family at all moments.
Yes.
I can't because then I won't work on the things that I need to work on.
Thank you, Arlene. Can you please click on the thumbs up button? There should be a button somewhere under this video, under this live. Click on the thumbs up button. So far, there's only 3 thumbs up. And I see 9 people here. We can all give it a thumbs up, and we can help the YouTube algorithm spread our message. Thank you.
On top of that, it's okay in choosing me.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised.
Thanks for your support, Arlene. I appreciate it.
The question that I wanted to ask before we pivot to your journey with cancer is, how often does being a strong bilingual Latina woman offend other person's insecurities?
Yes. I mean,
She's, how much time we got? How much time we got?
do I want to mention stories?
Point them out. No, I'm just playing. We'll bleep the name out. How about that?
I mean, I can think about a particular story right now, but I don't want to mention that story.
Okay, it's all right. The other question that
how can I explain that to you without mentioning particular
Let's check how much minutes.
I say we just switch out characters. Use me. I, X, Y, and Z, Elijah, X, Y, and Z. Just use me as a character and switch out the names and switch out the events. So if it was a car accident, say it was a boat accident. If it was this, it was that. Just use my name. That's the only thing I can think of.
Let me see.
50 times.
In order for me to not say specific,
because they gonna know.
Guys, there's a top chat. There's a top chat. You guys can add something to the chat, to the live premiere.
When I notice,
this is Conversations Over Chess podcast.
First of all, sometimes I don't view myself like that. First of all, let's just get to that.
Okay.
I don't even view myself as strong or beautiful or bilingual. Like I forget. I just view myself, oh, Lerubi, a regular person trying to do her thing, trying to make it with goals, ambitions, single mom. I have my daughters. You know, single mom at the moment. Not that I'm trying to be single forever, but you know what I mean?
No,
like,
for sure.
This is me
So
now.
don't be killing her DMs after this goes up.
Right,
Now. Don't be up in her DMs now. She said, I'm on the market, but relax.
You know, and so yeah, but thank you for the compliment. But when I see that, I just try to erase it immediately. I immediately erase it. I tell myself another story.
Okay.
And I become positive. I am positive. So I like erase the situation of what the person is trying to say or feel about me. Because
Isabella, lower that,
because of all the
please.
attributes,
I'm doing something now.
because
Lower
of
that.
all the attributes. And then I just end up like focusing on the positive and what I need to do so that I don't give any attention to the negative.
Definitely.
So that I can stay in flow,
Definitely.
alignment,
I like
and
that.
manifestation.
I like that. Let me translate. All you haters, she don't even hear y'all. She don't hear you whatsoever. She in alignment.
Oh,
Period. I'm just playing.
You
But no,
guys, that's so
actually
funny.
pretty
I
cool.
can. What a great host.
I think that's the best way
So
because
funny.
I used to get all uptight, and then I can show
Oh.
visibly that you got to me.
I think
but
there's
learned
great
that
advice
killing them
here.
with kindness is that
Yeah.
the best way. Like, oh, you can't even get to me. And when they see that, it just does something to it. Eats at them a lot. Like, dang, she didn't even knock her off her game. No bump in the step in her role. She just kept on.
I have to keep doing what I need to do. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I have daughters to take care of. At the end of the day, like, you know, I hate to say it, like, but we all have bills to pay, right?
Definitely.
And we all have like even more than bills, a purpose to live.
Yes.
So we can't just like shut down our light to please everyone.
Yeah.
We can't take everyone on the journey. The chosen ones will follow the chosen, and you know, like sometimes some people are on that boat and some are not.
Definitely.
And you may pass them in the boat, and you know,
You leave them by the wayside.
like.
Now it's time to pay these bills.
This episode is brought to you by Heart and Soul Training. They're the premier sports and basketball training in DMV while also offering.
All right, guys, this is getting good. I'm liking it. It's positive. It's light. And the part where I talk about my cancer healing journey is coming up. It's coming up. We get to it a lot more towards the middle end of the podcast. All right, here we are. Thank you guys for joining us. I see
My mother was
10
an only child, so the
people.
family that took
10
care of
people,
her.
please press
She taught me
the
so much as a
thumbs
man,
up
and
button, and I hope you guys are
away
enjoying
from
this.
cancer.
You can watch it on your own as
My
well.
cousin,
Thank
who's
you
his
guys.
daughter, his only child, has a podcast episode called Cancer is a Bitch, and it is a motherfucker. Talks about the cancer that you had and then the cancer journey. Like how this, like, because it endures a lot. It takes a lot out of you. One of my best friends, she had cancer, I believe, in like her knee or something crazy like that. So it's like, it's no joke. It's no nonsense. But you are an individual who are
Let me
survivors.
plan
She
it.
survived.
Give me a
So,
second, baby.
Speak to that. What specific cancer did you have?
So I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer stage 3, dysgerminoma, and it's a very rare cancer that only 5% of people get in the world. And I happened to be one of the people that ended up getting it. And yeah, it was stressful.
How did it? One question that I had specifically written down is that you were giving 1 year to live.
Yes.
A lot of people say, well, this is what we would do, da 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 da. What would you do in your 1 year? You actually was saying, hey, you had 1 year. So I want to know specifically what was on your 1 year plan. Thinking in that in your mind, like, hey, if I have 365 to 365
Girls, please put that
days,
down. I'm not
gonna
done
do
yet.
X, Y, and Z, spending it doing this.
So the main priority for me when they told me you have 1 year left to live was, how can I stay alive with energy? I do not want to live my last year of life in a bed.
Yeah.
Because the girls will see that.
Yes.
And I won't be able to be there for the girls or my family. And my family is so important to me. So I couldn't. I'm like, how can I stay alive
And did
with
you have to go
energy?
through chemo?
till my last day.
Did you have to go through chemo as well?
They suggested chemo.
Did you go
It was
through or no?
They recommended chemo, and I said I wasn't ready. Then they continued to tell me that I need to do it. Lerubi, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Lerubi, like, do you need to speak to a counselor? What's happening? Lerubi, let's go. Let's get to the chemo. And I was just never ready for it. It terrified me to even think that I wouldn't be able to be there for my family.
Yeah.
Or for myself.
Yeah.
Someone would have to do everything for me and for them.
Does the chemo, because my coach, he had cancer as well. He ended up passing away as well. But did the chemo, from my understanding, fights off against cells? Or speak to us, what exactly does the chemo do? Because it seems like you specifically said no, and it worked out for you. So
First of all, let me mention that I did have my cancer surgery in December 2022.
Okay.
So I had my cancer surgery. They removed a 15-centimeter mass that was attached to my left ovary. They removed the left ovary, the left fallopian tube, and cancer cells that they found on top of the colon. And that was stage 3, either 3B or 3C, something like that. Yeah. And then immediately I remember when we had an appointment, maybe like, was it 2 months later after the surgery? The 6 weeks later, I think, after the incision, because I had a C-section incision.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of, like, some people on my YouTube channel are like, oh, what do you mean you had a C-section? You didn't give birth to a baby. No. The surgeon told me it's a C-section, and that's how they removed the mass.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're aware, like, having a YouTube channel, there's a lot of comments, and then you try not to get into all of them.
Yeah, sometimes you have to respond.
Sometimes, you have to respond. So I did that, and I remember going into that first appointment after the surgery, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm visiting the doctor is going to give me some solutions. Maybe, I'll just have to take 3 chemo sessions. And no, when we were in there and she was explaining to me what was going to happen at that time.
Girls, put that down, please. I'm not done.
In there with me, and I appreciate him so much. I haven't heard from him in a while. I miss you, and I appreciate you, my friend Edgar Felix. He was with me in that moment, and we were devastated in tears, my mom and I.
Yeah.
When she said you will have to take 3 months of chemotherapy, and it may turn into 6 months, depending on how much you can sustain the strength of the chemo, because it's going to keep you hard.
Makes you weak.
And she said, oh, and let me explain to you what will happen. And I'm like, what will happen?
Girls!
Your organs will not work the same after chemo. You will have hearing loss. You will have possible liver damage. You will have numb hands. Basically, those 3, and I feel like 1 more. Oh, possibly you won't be able to have kids anymore, because I still have 1 ovary left.
Okay.
So all these different things. Oh, you're gonna have to freeze your eggs, and I'm like, oh my god. So basically, I'm gonna take the chemo, and then all these things are gonna happen to me. And she said, yeah, but this is for your life, so you can stay alive. And then I'm here thinking, I'm like, but what if I don't stay alive? Like, what if my body can't resist the chemo? Because the thing is that chemo, what it does to you is that your good cells and your bad cells will die. The purpose of chemo is to get rid of the cancer in your body.
Okay.
That's the purpose. But when it goes into your body, it just like wipes out everything that's there. It has no favorites.
Yeah.
It's not just gonna wipe out. It's not prejudice
towards anything. Everything must go.
No favorites. It's not gonna just take away the bad cells. It'll take everything away. And that was hard for me to even imagine, to have to go through. But I do want to say that I appreciate the oncologist. I appreciate my surgeon, all the doctors that I've seen, all the oncologists, all the holistic doctors I've seen. I appreciate you all. And, I want to thank the oncologist for being there and letting me feel like I didn't have any options. So I want to make that known too.
No, for sure, and I'm sure you mean a lot to see you here today. From when were you diagnosed, and how long has it been since then?
So I was diagnosed during my surgery, December 15, 2022.
Okay. So
Right now,
a short amount of time then since then.
Yeah, very short. Right now we're in April 2024,
Yeah.
and that's a short amount of time.
That is a short amount of time. I'm
Like
thinking
what?
this is like 2015 or something for some reason.
Right. No,
This is
It's
crazy.
very short. It's very short.
It's like yesterday in my
It's
mind.
like yesterday. So like literally like when they told me that I had 1 year left to live,
Yeah.
and remember like I went to like before the surgery I went to 3 different surgeons before choosing the surgeon, and then when I was told I had to do chemo, I went to another oncology office and I asked for their opinion. They said I have to do chemo. It's the same thing, and they told me
Yeah.
no matter what hospital you go to, you will be recommended that you do chemo and
Yeah.
the same one. Doesn't matter which one you go to.
Yeah.
And I said I didn't know. This is why I came to you, and I just felt so helpless. And so yeah, like when they gave me that 1 year to live, I wanted to make sure that I did everything I could to stay alive with energy to the last day of my year.
Which was when?
The last day of the year would have been December
2023. Okay.
December 2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just yesterday.
Wow, and we're in 2024 April, so I'm living way past the year.
Yeah.
January, February, March, April, so a year and 4 months already.
Yeah.
Past the year. Wow.
That's crazy.
Thank you, God. And what else? So then, like, in that moment, I also knew that I had to live like there was no tomorrow. So each day, each moment to me was like the most special ever, and I really cherished it. And I just really thought like it'll be the last everything. My last daughter's birthday, my last birthday, my last mom's birthday. Like the birthdays became so special. And then I started to see all these cancer patients who had their journeys on YouTube, and I saw what they did, and here I am doing what I chose to do, you know, following a holistic protocol while still visiting the oncologist and getting my numbers tested, my blood work, my cancer blood work, by getting my scans. That's why I say I truly appreciate the oncologist, because I wasn't ready for chemo, but they still didn't abandon me. I didn't feel abandoned.
Yeah.
They still checked my blood work. They still checked me with the CT scans, the PET scans. I didn't feel lost, you know, I didn't feel like alone. I felt lost and alone at times, but I still felt like I was being taken care of. And that all comes from God and the whole alignment, and how, you know, one day I woke up and I knew that I just needed to heal with God in whatever way God told me to.
Yeah. I was going to say, because of your diagnosis, is that what transformed you into a health nut, a health connoisseur? I know you came with notes and the things that you did. I would definitely love for you to open that and read that off to us, because, again, take out your notepads, ladies and gentlemen, audience, because you did it a holistic approach. I don't want that to go over other people's heads to say, hey, look, I did something different. And again, I should read a disclaimer that we are not a certified buzzer, but this is what works for you. So we're just educating you, the audience. So what was those things that you did?
So there's certain things that I did, but I want to say that even before the cancer healing journey, I was into health. I was into working out. I would have my green smoothies. I was driving people nuts on Instagram. I'm like, oh, have your smoothie in the morning and the evening.
She must be sponsored by that.
Yeah, let's not even talk to me. And, you know, the whole thing of, like, healing the traumas, I think, of, like, becoming a single mom and, like, having to have that transformation of being in my body and, like, taking action. And I did the gym, and then even before that, my modeling days, I had to see what I was eating. I wanted to be healthy, to watch my figure. I had to work out. So I was into this health thing, like, since as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
But obviously, when we become adults, sometimes we forget.
Definitely.
We forget
I
because,
forgot.
like, sometimes you want to do this program, you want to do this to level up, and I ended up doing the teaching program, and that teaching program kicked my butt. It kicked my butt, and I forgot that I needed to still choose myself, and I didn't choose myself. I chose the program 100%. You know, like,
Yeah.
can you imagine?
You
I was
bought in.
between I was in between two walls, like, single mom. My girls need me. I need to do this program. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm not gonna sleep, and that's what I did. I didn't sleep too much. I overlooked sleep. I didn't watch my health, and then after that, like after I finished the program, I graduated for my master's. I moved into my new apartment with the girls, which is something I wanted to do for them. Like, woo!
No, they're not done, baby.
Yeah, but nobody's in it.
There's a plastic on,
from
I
there,
think, on the
like-
toilet.
No,
No?
there's only a plastic on the
I
seat.
found out.
Okay, Isabella, can you go see if it's
you
safe?
have cancer. So that's some of the things that I learned, like from watching like other health experts. In the cancer game.
Put her chancletas on before going in.
Cancer.com,
Yeah.
and other people that inspired me in that sector. But I learned that you have to look at what was happening to your life prior to the diagnosis, and then you will see that most likely you had a big stressor in your life.
Yes.
And then the stress turned into cortisol, and cortisol, that hormone, leads into cancer.
That's why they say stress kills. It's a literal saying. It's a literal
Literally.
saying. Literal saying.
So I learned my lesson. I don't want to
Yeah.
ignore my health or not choose myself ever again.
So what were those things that you did? What was on the protocol sheet?
All right. So I have here, in the beginning, it's detox, nourish, and regenerate. So you want to detox your body from all that stress, all that food that you ate that probably wasn't good for you, or anything you drank, or like any emotional connections that were toxic. You want to detox from all of that. You want to detox, then you want to nourish your body with your vegetables, your fruits, even fasting. You don't want to eat for a large amount of hours. It's going to nourish your body. Believe it or not, you would think like no food, no nourishment.
Yeah.
You're gonna get nourished. Your cells, your bad cells are going to turn into good cells.
Okay.
There's going to be a process called apoptosis,
Okay.
where like the bad cells are gonna eat, where the good cells are gonna eat the bad cells, and they're going to disappear. You also are going to see the regeneration of your body. It's going to regenerate all your cells. So the first thing I have, let me see how many I have. I have 2019, basically 20 for the conclusion. So I think I'll go quickly in it, and then if
Yeah.
anyone wants to know deeper about it, I've been coaching so far. I have 2 clients that I've coached. I'm very thankful for that actually, because I didn't even know that I would be able to help at that level
Yeah.
with this happening to me. Like my life was supposed to be over, and no, like it's just like a growth and a reborn and like a rebirth, and to know that I can like help someone and they can see the light at the end of the
Definitely.
tunnel has definitely been something that inspires me every single day.
Giving back.
Giving back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to learn more about it, they could reach me, I'm sure. At the end
Definitely.
you'll see. Okay, so number 1, sleeping enough to be rested. So you want to sleep enough to be rested. You don't want to sleep 3 hours
Yeah.
or 4 hours. You want to use your sleep as your magical superpower. Your body rests completely at night, and you wake up like $1 million, like
Yeah.
ready to like take over the world. It's just amazing. And then from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., the cells in your body are regenerating.
Okay.
It's a key moment. So basically, between 10 and 2 a.m. is where humans get the most beneficial hormonal secretions and recovery. Our stress glands rest and recharge the most between 11 and 1, and melatonin production is highest from 2 from 10 to 2 a.m. So sometimes people take melatonin, right?
Yep.
You don't have to take that supplement. That supplement is your magical superpower that you get for free by going to sleep on time. You get that for absolutely free. And it regulates your circadian rhythm by going to bed at the same time each night. So basically what I try to do is like, I'm in bed before 10 during the week, and that allows me to make sure that at 10 p.m. I'm in deep sleep. And my cells are running away into healing. Running away into healing. Number 2, eating a big bowl of cruciferous vegetables daily. So you want to eat the big bowl of these cruciferous vegetables. If you guys don't know what they are, they're broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, onions. Just get that all in there. You know, add some avocado. Number 3, juicing. You want to juice 5 cups of carrot juice daily, 5 times a week. You don't want to miss a beat on that. That was one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah.
Because remember, like, this protocol that I'm sharing here right now is not something that was like handed to me like, Lerubi, here you go. No. Guys, it took a lot of research. It took a lot of time. I would go to bed at 2 a.m. And I didn't even do all the research by myself. My friend, Caesar, he would also stay up with me. He'll stay up with me over the phone or in person, and we're like looking up what things like to heal ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I would tell him,
What?
like, seriously.
Caesar's here at the end. You'll see him.
And it's funny to think about it right now, but because I'm on the other side, right? And you guys can't get on the other side, so you will be on the other side. Don't worry. Let me tell you that. You're going to be on the other side, and you're going to have your health back. But I would tell him, I'm like, am I going to stay alive? Do you think I'm going to live? I mean, they just gave me a year or less. Is it possible? And he said, yeah, you're going to stay alive. Yeah, of course. I'm like, you're just saying that because you're my friend. That's not the truth. So just like he told me that I was going to get to the other side, I'm here to tell you guys, you will get to the other side, and it's the truth. It's the truth. You just have to believe in yourself, be persistent, be disciplined, follow a daily protocol, and you will make it. You will make it. I'm sure. Are you sure? Be sure. That's basically the message, you know?
No, that's for sure. You gotta believe it. You have to. You have to. You had mentioned, obviously, the individual who's been there for you. And the audience does not know that one of those individuals is here with you right now.
I don't know.
And if you don't mind, I would love to bring them onto the show with
Absolutely.
you as well. So come on over. Welcome to Conversations Over Chess podcast. All right. So welcome to Conversations Over Chess. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
How's your day been going?
So far, so good.
How's it to say? So as it's been mentioned, you have been with Lerubi every step of the way in regards of her battle, right?
Caesar!
One question that I wanted to ask of you is that where does that come from yourself? That love of I want to give, that love of I need to be there, I want to be there for this individual, irregardless of how much time she may have.
My father had cancer,
Okay.
and I always thought he's gonna survive, you know. So I took it for granted at the time, and I hated doing it. I wish I was akin to all his appointments. I didn't. I was 17, so I was just playing around. He's gonna survive. He's gonna survive. Really did believe he's gonna survive. But what I feel is he wanted someone to be there for him, you know, to make him happy. And that's what took away. Like, wow, I should have been there for him. And like my aunt had cancer, my cousin had, so I'm, you know, like my whole.
Oh, you're
I know the battle, I know the struggle. Yeah, I know all the stuff they go through and the uncertainty. Like she was, like I told you, you're gonna survive, and she didn't believe me. It's like you're gonna survive. I know what to do now. Like I know how to help. Back when you're 17, my dad, he's good. He's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
So
Did he
that's-
end up passing from
He did, yes.
Okay. I can relate to that all too well because my uncle was dying of cancer and I had just graduated with my associates, came back from college in
Thank you
Kansas.
for
He
joining
didn't
us,
tell me
Twin
nothing.
317.
And as he-
I appreciate
remember
that. Please
vividly
give
as he
us
sat
a
on,
thumbs
or
up.
as, you know how you're in
Press the like button.
what is it?
Help spread the
When you're
message.
passing away,
Thank you.
Hospice. So when he was in hospice, I remember vividly walk by, go out, party, do whatever. I'm just coming.
Think he's gonna live forever, yeah.
Exactly. And then I remember the day that he had passed away, and I think about that very vividly. Where it's just like I didn't do much in those last days. We spoke probably very, vague, and we had our own relationship, stuff like that. But I can relate to that all too well.
I just mentioned that I feel like I experienced that.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like Caesar knew already because he already went through it with his dad, so he knew not to take any moment for granted. But there was a moment in the beginning of my cancer healing journey where I felt like my own family, like, yeah, they were supportive and, they're there for me and they were asking, oh, how are you doing, Lerubi? But I felt like they were taking for granted that I've been given 1 year or less, and I'm like, are you noticing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to leave, like,
Yes.
hello, like, wake up, like, help me do research. How else can you help me? Help me, I need hands.
Yes.
Because you need hands to juice, you need hands to make salads, to make these things, to go buy more tea. I used a lot of teas too. You need
Yeah.
hands, you need a lot of minds, you need people to be there for you and genuinely care without anything in return. And I was like, guys, are you here? And there was a moment where I noticed where they woke up and they were like,
Yeah.
it is a year. It is a year or less. And
Yeah.
they just woke up, and I'm so grateful for that.
No, for sure. My uncle had my aunt. Coach McMillan had Mrs. McMillan. Carrie, who had cancer, had her boyfriend Latrey.
Wow.
She had you,
Wow.
along with her camp, right? What were some of the things that you guys had learned during the process? Just going through that 1 year, saying, "Hey, this is it. We're gonna beat this. We're gonna beat this together." What were some of those?
Discipline. You need discipline. Like I always tell her, stop your cheating moments. He says like, no, I told her, no carbs. Stop having carbs. Because I have my cheating moments. Like, stop your cheating moments. Because there was a point where her levels went up, but she had a
Cancer, blood level.
right went up because she was like, listen, it's fine because she had a little cheating moment. Don't worry about it, but stop. Just stop, so for sure we don't go through that scary phase anymore. Get discipline and believing. Like I have a big sign on my living room that says believe. Or wake up and say believe. I gotta believe. Yes, I believe in myself especially.
How much of that burden of seeing an individual, let's just say that it was a hard set, God forbid, 1 year, how much of a toll does that take on you in bearing that? Because my aunt had to endure so much, Latrey had to endure so much, and that was my uncle, but it's just like, I still felt the way, like, dang, I can't do nothing about it, right? I want to help, I want you to live forever, but it's nothing that I can do. How much of that burden on you? How much of that?
Well, I didn't
Go
follow. I
open
just
the
knew
drawer. Open the
I had
top
to be there
drawer.
first. Because you always want someone to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just chose, okay, I'm going to be, if you need me, I'll go to all your appointments. So I go to all your appointments, even if I have to. And I do like to take off. Like, I took off today. Like, yeah. So I know.
Shout out to all employers.
So I just know, like, you have to, I just got to be there for him.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest, like, I want to send the flowers at first. Like, that's stupid. Everyone does that. I'm going to give it my time. The most
Yes.
valuable asset any human has is time.
Yes, and that's what we started off by saying, is big on time.
Yeah.
One thing that I would be remiss to say is that a lot of individuals may take that opportunity or they take that time for granted. So how much of having him there made the difference for you? Just to give him his flowers.
It made like all the difference. I mean, like how could someone like just take time from their own life, like get away from their own life
Yes.
to help someone who was given like 1 year to live, and to look at them in the face and say like, you're gonna
Yeah.
make it. Like, it meant the world to me. Like I needed someone like there, like constantly there every day, reminding me that it was going to be okay, and like, because otherwise you'll get lost in your head.
I used to tell her that too. Don't get lost in your head. Okay, I noticed when I was talking to her, like middle of the night, like, okay, relax, step back. That's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, he would notice like, oh, it's happening. Where are you going?
Yeah.
My mind would shift. It would get like from out of the focus to like it's over. I'm done.
Right,
This is
yeah.
not gonna work.
What's so funny enough is that Rochelle Jones, shout out to Rochelle Jones. When I used to live in Salt Lake City, Utah, she worked out there for a company. She and I met. And she told me something that really has been stuck with me for the rest of my life. Is that she said, it's not money, it's not the wealth, it's not what you think, but the number one leading factor of what makes you live longer is friendship.
Yes.
It's
Resonate
friendship.
on me too.
It's friendship. It's not the things that you think and you care about. It's literally that camaraderie.
And that was part of my healing journey. Having Caesar on my corner, like having my mom, having my brother, having my dad, having my daughters, Angelina, Isabella, they were so nice. You guys are bad now. But last year, you guys were so nice. They were like the most well-behaved girls. And, are you okay? So like having all the support made the difference for me to stay alive, as opposed to if I would have chosen, like, you know, I don't want to talk bad about the other direction that you choose, because
Definitely.
I don't have anything negative to say about it,
Power to tongue.
right? But if I would have chose the other direction, it would have been like more isolated in terms of like, I would have so many symptoms that it would be hard for me to go out into the world.
No, for
but being
sure.
that I chose this holistic route, I was able to be surrounded by so many friends and family, and they even helped me like so much. Like my neighbors, my mom's friends, they made salads for me.
Yeah.
They made sure that my salad tray was full in the fridge. They made sure that I had my cruciferous vegetables. I would like take a shower, because we had an appointment like multiple times a week at one point.
Girls, is everything
And I would
okay
make sure
there?
that, like, you know, I'm taking a shower.
I'm still doing a live.
When I would come out of the bathroom, my carrot juice was already made. I just made my celery juice. And I'll be like, oh my God, thank you. Like, you don't know how much that meant to me. So it was just like such a peaceful, loving moment, but sad at the same time.
Yeah.
That I can't even describe, and I wish I could describe it to you guys, but
It
for
makes
those
the
of us
difference.
that went through cancer, like, or like had someone that went through cancer, we know what it
It
was.
makes a
and
difference
it
for
makes a big
sure.
difference.
And the difference of speaking life into somebody really just, even if it does end up being the opposite where it is they're in, they had a better moment going towards it instead of it just being all down and moping and all of that. And I don't know it to be true, but do your research, audience, but I'm almost certain that it's just like, there's a thing in the world that if you get to the point where you think you're sick, your body can physically get sick. And that's where it's like, that's where it becomes important of saying who's in my corner speaking life to me during this journey. And not even when it's dealing with cancer, that's in every journey in life.
Every journey.
Who's in my support? The company you keep was always preached to me as a kid. It is the company you keep.
Tony Robbins says, like, we are the sum of the 5 people that you have around you.
That's right.
That's who you are, who you will become. They're in your immediate energy.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. 2 more questions. What was the most important piece of information you both have figured out around the journey?
For me, I'm feeling the topic.
That was for you.
That was for me, like, that's pretty much fasting and it's fasting.
Okay.
It's a topic that's when you fast and your cells, like Lerubi was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That happens.
So I started fasting last year. I do a 16-8 fast only because when I moved back from Utah to New York City, I literally could just breathe in air and would have to take a bowel movement. I'm like, yo, I can't keep nothing down. I don't know what's going on with my stomach. So I was like, before I go to the hospital, let me just Google YouTube, whatever, and then it was like, you should try fasting. As soon as I started fasting, like, bowel movements was good. I could keep stuff down. Like, everything was great. So, highly recommend fasting.
And talking about the bowel movements, like my first 3 months of my detox with my celery juice every morning, 16 ounces of celery juice.
Yeah.
And, you know, carrot juice didn't come into the mix right away. It was like a few months later that I found out carrot juice, like, do it. And I read the study online and everything. But those first 3 months of my cancer healing journey, I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry, guys, it may sound like a little nasty, but this is important.
This is facts, yeah.
You're gonna juice, and you will be in the bathroom, and it was just water.
Yeah.
Water. I would be out like visiting a school for my daughters because I'm still a mom, right? And I
Yes.
would have to like go see what school they're gonna be in or whatever, or this or that. And then I remember I would have the urge, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, but it's important. It's so important. It was just like that detox, constant, to the point that in that time I could have given up. I could have been like, I'm not gonna go through, excuse my language, diarrhea. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go through diarrhea. I'm not going to go through that. Let me just stop juicing. Let me stop. But I did not give up. I kept juicing, and after those 3 months, I had my new bowel movements,
There you go.
who are now like full of life, like from all these vegetables.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's crazy. And then for you, what was that one thing that you had, like the one most important key thing that you had figured out during that journey first? Just doing the research, getting the things in order to say, hey, I need to detox. What was that most important?
The most important out of all of them, even though a lot of
Girls.
them are more important. Like, do I have to choose one?
You have to choose one.
Angelina, are you okay? Isabella,
I feel like you can't leave.
sweetheart, come here.
If you don't have to, if you don't want to. It seems like you don't want to.
I want to.
So you have to then.
Okay.
Take one.
You must juice carrot juice. Juice carrot juice. Oh my god. 5 cups a day, 5 times a week. It will change your life. I read the study, guys. I read the study where they gave carrot juice to these rats that were in a lab. They had tumors inside of them. The tumors shrunk and the tumors disappeared on other rats. So I held on to that piece of information. I read a book. I read a summary of a book of I can't remember right now.
Angelina, come
I'll
here,
go back to
sweetheart.
it. Of this woman that she did the 5 pounds of carrot juice per day.
We're live, sweetheart. We're
She
live.
had like 2-3 tumors and they were pretty big in size. After like 7 weeks that she returned to the office.
I'll help you in a
The
second.
oncology office. Some of them had disappeared, some of them
You
had
okay?
shrunk. And they were like, we don't understand.
Carrot juice.
Yeah, and then like I read another review from this other person that I think they commented below her book. Her book is on Amazon. And same thing happened. They did the 5 pounds of carrot juice per day. And last but not least, or 2 more, Chris beat cancer. He also did carrot juice daily, and it worked on him. Amongst other cancer survivors that I saw their interview, and the holistic doctor Ludwig Johnson, he also said to do 5 cups of carrot juice per day, 5 times a week. And I relayed the message back to my holistic doctor that I worked with. He said,
Yeah.
go ahead, do it. And intuition. My intuition, I had a dream that it was beautiful. Everything I touched and every step I took, it all turned into carrots. So when I woke up, I remember waking up and I went to the kitchen. My mom was there, like my neighbors and my mom's friends. Because, you know, like we're all thinking this is the last moment, obviously,
Yeah.
at that moment. And I was like, guys, I had the most beautiful dream. Why? I'm like, carrot juice is going to work. Everything I touched, everywhere I stepped, it's going to work, it's going to work. And that was a key factor, but sleeping, so key. If you're in a cancer healing journey and you feel tired and you want to take a nap, go sleep, because it's very likely that prior to being diagnosed with cancer, you did not have any sleep. You were not sleeping. You want to take a nap? Go take a nap. Sleep before 10, so you could be asleep between 10 and 2 o'clock. And any toxic relationship, I don't care how close they are to you, get away from it. Get away from it. I'm telling you right now, even if you have to like take a break or whatever the case may be, and also knowing that you need to forgive. You can take a break from toxic relationships or individuals, but forgive.
Yes.
It's not like I'm taking a break. I don't ever want to see you again. Like, no. But you're also forgiving. Forgiving is key in healing.
Definitely.
Send them love.
And the forgiveness is really for yourself to relinquish all of that, because that's one thing I had to learn on my own journey of forgiveness. Is like, yo, they don't even care. They don't even know that you're hurt.
They don't even know that you're hurt. So why are you hurting?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. The one question that I have, and then we'll go to the official podcast last question, is that the very first photo on your Instagram is a wall of inspiration, and I have it right here. And I'll show it to
Oh
the
my
both
God! What?
The very first post on your Instagram is this right here. Both could take a look at it.
Oh my God!
And for the audience, I'll be sure to put it up on screen.
Wow.
Your very first Instagram post. You have 1,000+ posts.
That was the first one.
And the question is for you is, who or what inspires you now? For the both of you to answer. That very first photo. Your very first Instagram reel is of your daughter.
Wow. I mean, my daughters definitely inspire me.
Yeah.
They inspire me so much. And I want to say my mom as well. I'm just like so inspired. I don't know. I'm inspired by who they are, who they want to be, and like you said, like, are they looking up to me? And they tell me, they're like, Mom, I want to be an actor. Like, I like singing, I like dancing, and I'm like, oh. You said, and what else inspires me?
Who or what inspires
and why?
you?
And then also the why is, I have to say, the cancer healing journey inspires me. It inspires me because it forces me in an aligned way, not in a forceful way. Like, it aligns me to making sure that I stay present and I choose myself and I choose my health, so that then I can love others, right?
Yes.
If I don't pour into myself, I don't choose myself, I cannot love others. And the cancer healing journey inspired me to have like a reason to inspire others. Because now if anyone needs help with cancer, and like, you know, staying like motivated and knowing it's gonna be okay, like, I can be that light for them, and that makes me feel like amazing. Like, I thought I already knew everything I wanted to do with my life. Like you said, like I like all these, I want to do all these things, and I've done all these things, but this is something that I feel like I've been called to do.
There you go.
As well. Like,
it's outside of you.
It really inspires me.
There you go. And then what about yourself? Who or what inspires you?
It's been a lot of people. Like first my dad, of course, my dad, and then my grandfather, and now more recently is my brother. Yeah, because he does it all. Like, he doesn't sleep. He has his own house. You know, he lives in Massachusetts. He has kids. But he has this. People always judge him. He has this mean grill. You know, like, but he's the sweetest teddy bear. And I notice, like, who cares what people think about you? Just do it. It's about them. You know, they have a problem, not you. So just keep doing what you gotta do. So I was like, yeah, who cares what people think? And at the end of the day, they're not buying me Christmas presents. You know, like, who cares?
Very true.
So definitely my brother. Like, he just does what he has to do. And let anyone tell him no, like, I'm doing it. Like.
All right, the last question that we always end the podcast with, and you can answer both if you like. One question is, what is your favorite chess piece and why? And the last question also we end the podcast with is, we want you to look into your camera and imagine that the entire world is watching. Germany, Brazil, we got Spain, everybody in the world is watching.
Okay, we have a few things to do, sweetheart.
What would be some advice?
And they're still working here.
You can answer both, you can answer one, but that is what
Give me 1 second, sweetheart. We'll talk after we're done.
The entire world is watching.
They just went on lunch, okay?
And to give them, to save them some heartache and pain.
Yeah, I like the pawn.
Okay.
Because a good girl to be anything.
Okay.
That's what I like.
A lot of people will often say a different piece, so I like whenever I hear the pawn.
No, right. I'm thinking queen, but no, I want to grow. I wasn't born a queen or a king. I was one of these guys, and I have to grow to be something. That's the way I look at it.
There you go.
And wow, to give the world's a dope. Because I'm in the stoic phase. I noticed this phase of my life has been easiest so far.
Okay.
Because I could think clearly. I don't let emotion get in the way, common sense. So definitely calm down. Don't let stuff around the environment like bother you. I mean, sure, you can interact with it, but don't let it penetrate you deep. just stay focused and just stay as stoic as possible. Like you think the best decisions when you don't let emotion get in the way.
I like that. I'm a very emotional person, so I like that. I had to learn to control my emotions. And then what about yourself? The entire world is watching. What would be your advice to save them some heartache and pain?
Well, first of all, I would say, like, from the top of my head, choose yourself. Again, like, I feel like I've been saying it throughout the whole entire conversation, but choose yourself. Because if you don't choose yourself and you don't learn how to make yourself happy, you can't leave that responsibility onto someone else. That's your responsibility. So whatever it takes, be present in your life, choose yourself, and be happy, really. Like, be happy, find the joy in every moment, and be grateful. Find what you're grateful for in every moment. And I want to say, like, from the notes of what I wrote here, like, I think it's worth mentioning. You want to, like, take care of your emotional self, your emotions, because your emotions are going to affect yourselves. It's going to affect yourselves however you may take it. And it was interesting, I heard recently, like, we could say, like, oh, stress, like, is terrible for me and it helps me perform the worst. Or you could also say, like, oh, I perform good under stress and I'm gonna do it anyways. Like, that's also a perspective to have, but obviously, still sleep, still take care of yourself and of your health, your physical state, take care of your body, and the energies that you allow into your life, right? It's the people and the energy, it's real, and you gotta be careful with your physical health, right? So yeah, like, working out is amazing and it's great for you, but also, like, the people you allow into your life, that's part of your physical health. Spirituality, like, invest in your spiritual self. There's something higher than us. It's not just us. Like, we're being led and aligned by something greater than us. Believe it. And your mental state, work on your mental state. How can you be more grounded and, like, more stoic, as Caesar was saying, right? What can you do to achieve that? And in a sense become unshakable, like Tony Robbins says, right? So let's think about that, let's learn about that. Because we may not have all the answers right now, but if you work on it, you will, and you'll realize it. So you need to be aware of your consumption. What are you consuming? What information are you consuming? What foods are you consuming? What experiences and people are you around or in, right? What experiences are you in? What people are you allowing into your life, right? What people do you have around you? You can choose. It's not a given. It's your choice. Mm-hmm. You are valuable. So, like, understanding that you are valuable. It's your choice. And you can choose these things to be positive or negative in your life. It's all up to you.
Simple as that, folks. Thank you for joining me for Conversations Over Chess. It's been a great episode. I appreciate you both.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I truly
I enjoyed this episode, for real. I enjoyed it. We were all over. Emotions was everywhere. See you guys in the next episode of Conversations Over Chess. Peace.
Bye.
Nothing never comes to a sleeper but a dream. So I'm gonna try and get that money in the
I like it.
I like it.
And you said your name is...
Oh, you read it? Oh, the song is Rockstar.
One thing for sure, they gon' all ride for me. Cause we ain't never phased, no gang family.
I like the song.
I love it. Oh my God, guys. That was amazing. Oh my God, I felt like I wrote a book in this conversation. Oh my God. We got to a lot of different parts. We discussed a lot of different things. that I've experienced, things that I've went through in my life,
My
and
new book, Keyboard
and it
Riff,
was seemed
How
like a long
Anyone Can
time,
Learn Six
but
Fig-
it was really a short amount of time. Wow. What did you guys think about the interview? Please put it down in the comment section below. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys get any value from it? Thank you for watching with me. I know I saw you guys come in, come out. I don't know who stayed from the beginning to the end. Please put it down in the comment section below. You're the real MVP. But don't worry, all you guys are, and you can always go back, watch this live, or just go directly into Elijah's podcast on YouTube, or available on all the platforms, Conversations Over Chess. And yeah, you guys can watch this episode. You can watch it again from beginning to end. You guys can listen to it, or sit down and watch it. Up to you guys. Either way, let's just get the message, right? Thank you guys for watching and joining me. Wow. The girls and I are a little hungry right now. We're probably going to eat something. Sorry for the unexpected live, but it was a great unexpected live, and I enjoyed to share like this moment with you. I really did. And I'm speechless right now. I'm speechless. Please just go back, watch the episode. Even if you watched it, watch it again. Again, it's Conversations Over Chess. I feel like there was a lot of value in that. I'm speechless. And again, Elijah, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having me on Conversations Over Chess. I truly, truly enjoyed that interview, that conversation with you. And Caesar, thank you for accompanying me. Thank you for, being in the interview. Thank you for your advice, and your leadership and all of this and everything I went through, and for all the help that you gave me throughout. And it's been an amazing 10 years plus friendship, so thank you. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, please put it down in the comment section below. I can address it now before I leave, or I can do another video. Angie's hungry. She's looking at me. I can do another video and answer questions. I love you guys very much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up before you leave the live by clicking on the thumbs up. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay hydrated. Eat veggies too, fruits. And I love you guys very soon. Bye.